everyone, welcome back. This is another edition of Zaca Mesa at Home. My name is Garrett, brand ambassador, tasting manager, sommelier at Zaca Mesa Winery. Today I will be featuring our 2017 Grenache Blanc, probably my favorite summer white wine. This wine is very bright, refreshing, crisp, just a great hot, warm weather wine, which is happening right now. If you're here in Central Coast, where I'm at, a lot of other parts in the United States, it's getting warm, and this is the wine you want when it's getting warm like this. Couple. Hi from the Bay Area. Hello. Couple announcements. This Saturday, I will be doing our live tasting at 3 o'clock instead of our normal 5 o'clock time, and we'll be doing a winery tour through our production facility. So please join me for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be going through our whole production facility, or at least as much as I can with our Wi-Fi signal, but I'll probably cover most of the winery and kind of just walk through some of our production process. Should be really fun. That will be the last tasting of our May calendar, and our June calendar is posted on our website, zacamesa.com, and you can check out our June schedule. It's not too late to get the wines for the June tastings coming up, so if you want to get some of those wines, we have a nice deal going on that. The 17 Grenache, which I'm tasting tonight, we also have a promotion on that wine, as well as some other wines on any 6 or more bottle order. Not only do you get $5 shipping, but we're also including complimentary cool packs. And these keep your wine chilled during the shipping process. They're normally $12, so those are complimentary with any 6 or more bottle order. The 17 Grenache Blanc, as well as a few other of our last of vintage wines. These are wines that we're just down to the very last, few bottles in some cases on these vintages, and we have a really great promotion going on with that on 6 or more bottles. So it's 15% off for our non-club members and 30% off, and if you get a case, it's an extra 5% on top of that. So 17 Grenache Blanc, 17 Viognier, 16 8-barrel Syrah, 14 Z3, 16 Mourvedre, 17 Pinot, and the 17 Char are all part of that deal. You can mix and match, including the wine I'm drinking tonight. Other than that, I'm getting a lot of questions and emails asking about, when we're going to be reopening. I don't have an exact answer. All I know is that we're not reopening this weekend. Our best shot, I think, is going to be hopefully next weekend. But we'll let everybody know when or if that happens. I'm looking forward to getting back into the tasting room as much as I'm sure as everybody else is. But for the moment, we are doing pickups at the winery by appointment on Saturdays. So, and you can email me, Garrett at zacamesa.com to set that up. To watch these live tastings, they will be on our Instagram, on the IGTV, as well as on YouTube. The link is on our Instagram page to watch this after. If you missed a part, if you missed the beginning, or just joining, you can rewatch it again on our Instagram feed, as well as there'll be a link on our YouTube page. So without further ado, if you have the 17 Grenache Blanc, please open it up. This is a perfect time for this wine. Like I was just saying at the beginning, this is my favorite summer wine. Just very bright, refreshing, crisp, clean, really nice high acidity with those kind of bright citric and green apple tones. Just a really beautiful wine. It just has that really nice, refreshing appeal on the palate. It's one of those wines you could sit out, on your patio or deck or front yard, whatever, and before you know it, that bottle's gone, because it's so just light and crisp and clean. Call it a porch pounder, whatever you want, but it's just a very, very easy to drink wine. So with our Grenache Blanc, these vines were originally planted in the late 90s. Grenache Blanc is also used in a white Rhône blend that we do, a pretty good percentage that goes into that. But if you've been to our property, Grenache Blanc is actually that little front vineyard as you come into the winery, right into the entrance. So we just have a few acres of that, so not a big production on it. For the aging of our Grenache Blanc, we do a combination of neutral French oak and stainless steel. Just over 75% is in neutral French oak. The rest is in stainless steel. So just to keep that really bright, fresh, clean palate, that neutral French oak adds a little more texture to the wine, and together just a beautiful wine. And that's aged for just about 6 months total in those vessels. So not a super long aging time. Then we let it bottle age for a little bit, and then it's ready to go. We want to release this wine young and youthful, so it's just really bright and refreshing. So Grenache Blanc is a varietal that's actually related to Grenache, or also known as Grenache Noir. So Grenache Blanc is actually a genetic mutation that takes place on the vine. And we still have this today out in our vineyard. You'll go out to our red Grenache grapes, and randomly here and there a white cluster will pop up. And that's originally how Grenache Blanc was created. They take that cutting and they graft it, and then there you go. You have a new varietal. But just a really interesting grape. You don't see a lot of Grenache Blanc. A little more common in our area here in near San Ynez Valley, where a lot more of the Rhône varietals are grown. But it's not a super common varietal. You don't see it too often. Typically on wine lists or wine shops. Definitely not your average grocery store is going to have Grenache Blanc. But it's a really nice grape. I think for people that like Sauvignon Blanc or Riesling, it's a nice kind of in between. Profile wise. It's not as green as Sauvignon Blanc, but it definitely has that bright, crisp feel that you get from Sauvignon Blanc or, a dry Riesling. A little more mineral driven. It does have like a little bit of kind of white flower as well. But definitely just a lot of, green apple, lemon lime zest, a little minerality, just a really nice crisp wine. We also don't do any malolactic, so no secondary fermentation on this wine. So keeping it, again, just keeping it really light. With the secondary fermentation that, that converts that malolactic acid into lactic acid, which is more of that heavier, creamier, textural feel. So without that secondary, keeping this wine really bright and refreshing. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to pop it, put them in on the Instagram, and my lovely wife is here again with me to help answer, write down any of the questions that come in. So feel free to throw any questions that you have. Oh, we got somebody who's having some. DB Imagery. Am I getting that right? Trying it now. Great on the nose. All right. Awesome. Glad you have some Grenache Blanc. You got a question?
Susan D. Zidzik says, we prefer Grenache Blanc over a Chardonnay. It seems to have a little bit more personality.
Yeah, I like that. Grenache Blanc is definitely, lighter and I think a little more bright than Chardonnay. Typical Chardonnays are definitely a little bit more textural. Kind of have more of that like yellow apple, where Grenache Blanc has that green apple note. And Grenache Blanc is definitely a lot more citric. It's just a lot of lemon, lime zest, very citric, a little tangerine. It's just when you drink it, it just gets your palate salivating with the acid profile.
What would you pair?
Ooh, what would I pair Grenache Blanc with? So now that we're getting into summer, I think Grenache Blanc is great with whitefish, shellfish. You want to keep it light. If you have like some buttered seared scallops, would be awesome. Sea bass. Keep it just very very lightly seasoned. Probably just a nice sear with a little lemon lime squeeze on it would be really nice.
CB Lagus, who had commented before, so what cheeses go with Grenache Blanc?
Cheese, for me, I typically, I pair cheese more with red wine. For whatever reason, I just don't do a lot of cheese with white wine. But because of its higher acid, you'd probably want to stick to something that is probably a little saltier. What's that cheese that you just got today, man?
I think like maybe burrata or
yeah, you can even do some cheese that has a little more creamy texture to it. But you want to, probably something a little more on the salty side. This is the wine that I love to, go camping with, take to the beach. This is like just got outdoor all over it. What's that?
Do you want to see this cheese? You can look at it. It's a new one.
Got some cheese here for you. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. Okay, so this is basically a goat cheese.
Is it?
Spanish Iberico cheese. This is probably go really nicely with this.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You should open some. I can try it right now. What's everyone drinking tonight? Anybody have anything else other than Grenache Blanc? Well, it's finished. I gotta refill mine. Also with our Grenache Blanc, so how it's processed, we handpick all our estate fruit. We whole cluster press into our bladder press, so straight from the vineyard directly into the bladder press. We do about a 2-hour press on the skins. We let it cold settle and taint for about 24 hours, and then we'll inoculate yeast, get fermentation going. Some of that's transferred to neutral French oak to ferment. Some of it's left in stainless to ferment. And then after 5 months, the neutral French oak aged Grenache Blanc and the stainless steel Grenache Blanc are blended together. And that's actually how we do all our whites. We again handpick all our wines out on the vineyard, and then whole cluster press in the press, and cold settle, and then transfer either to tank or barrel. I'm gonna try some of this cheese with it. Very salty. So that's great. And we just got that at Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has a really nice selection of cheeses there. So just for a reminder again, guys, this Saturday I'll be out at the property doing our pickups by appointment, and then after that at 3 o'clock I'm going to jump on and do a little winery tour. So don't miss that. 3 o'clock again, different from our normal 5 o'clock time. I'm going to go through our production facility. Promotion on the Grenache Blanc, as well as the other wines that I had mentioned earlier. If you purchase 6 or more bottles, 15% off for non-club members and 30% for club. Add another, get to 12 bottles, you get another additional 5% off. So whether you're club or not club, either 20% off on 12 or more, or 35% off if you're a club member, which is a killer deal. Plus you get the cool pack complimentary with your $5 shipping. Really, really good deal. We're trying to make it as easy as we can to get the wine out to you, since you guys can't come out to the winery. So definitely, take advantage of this deal while we have it. Another question.
How about Brie with Grenache Blanc?
Brie?
Brie cheese.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Okay.
Yeah, give it a shot. I haven't had it personally with Grenache Blanc, but I think Brie would be fine.
Susan asked, we've had Grenache Blanc mostly throughout the Central Coast, but not Sonoma and Napa. Are growing conditions up there not conducive to growing it?
Yeah, so a couple reasons why you probably don't see a lot of Grenache Blanc up in Sonoma or Napa. While there's some areas out there that are definitely, climate similar to ours, it's not a huge mainstream popular varietal. So if there are people who are growing it, they're probably making a very small amount of it. It's not a main, one of their main varietal focuses or programs. Because we specialize in Rhône varietals, Grenache Blanc being an important white Rhône varietal, you'll see it from us. And a few other producers in this area, but there's still not a lot, even in Santa Barbara County, that make Grenache Blanc. I don't have the total acreage for the county, on the top of my head, but it's pretty small. So that's the main reason is probably just its popularity. It's not as mainstream as grapes as like Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay and Riesling and some of those other whites that just sell so well.
CB Legas said, we are having a mushroom brie from Trader Joe's with it. The creamy cheese smooths out the wine.
Perfect. Nice. I like that. A creamy... What kind of...
A mushroom brie.
Mushroom brie. Huh. I have to
That
get
sounds
some of
really good.
Get some of that. That sounds good. I like mushroom and I like brie. I have to get me some of that. Is that from Trader Joe's too, did they say?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Trader Joe's. Great cheese selection.
They do.
Gotta love it. I need a refill here.
Did it help you?
Got it.
Did
I
you?
already ran out. A little bit more. I got this cheese now. Now I really want to drink more. Well, I hope everyone's doing well, enjoying this beautiful weather. It's a weird time we're in, and hopefully, we're getting a little back to normalcy here. Just a reminder again, guys. This Saturday I'll be at the winery, doing a winery tour. You can rewatch this on our YouTube channel and Instagram.
I was just going to say thank you again. I don't know if you've already said this to Terry Smith for the card we got.
Yeah, I thanked her on our last broadcast. But hi, Terry. Oh, there's Terry. Thank you, Terry, again. Love the card. It was very, very touching. Appreciate it. Glad somebody out there appreciates what I do.
Susan said, is Grenache Blanc the most widely planted white Rhône in the area?
No. So I'm pretty sure that Viognier is probably the highest planted in our area for Rhône varietals. Roussan's probably right after that. Even though our area is known for Rhône varietals, and I wish I looked this up before I got on here, because even though this area is known for Rhône varietals, there's still not a lot of it in the area. It's still, Grenache Blanc, Roussan, Viognier still just aren't as, heavily planted as varietals like Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay. They just haven't gained the notoriety and attention that those varietals have yet, unfortunately. But we're working on it. We're trying with these kind of wines.
Is Grenache Blanc similar to Viognier in acidity?
So on our vineyard, yeah. They're kind of grown in the same spot, so they're gonna be pretty similar. I would have to look at our wine specs to see the exact pH, but they're gonna be relatively close in acidity. just so bright and refreshing. It's just a great varietal. Again, just has that nice crisp green apple, lemon lime zest. Just very citric. Combination of neutral French oak, about 78%, and 22% stainless steel. So both, you have a little bit of the neutral, a little bit of the stainless steel, or a lot of the neutral, a little bit of stainless steel as well, just to retain that brightness. And together, this wine, just with those two aging processes, you just get this just really, again, just very refreshing style of Grenache Blanc. Sometimes Grenache Blanc, I found that it'll almost, like if it's in a hotter climate, has this like candied apple kind of note to it, which personally I'm not a big fan of. I like that more just like fresh, like fresh green apple, like if you're biting into a Granny Smith apple. But in our style, it's definitely that really nice, lean, refreshing style. And I can't stop drinking it. I'm gonna probably finish this bottle tonight. Hopefully my wife will help me out a little bit.
Susan said, looking forward to drinking Grenache Blanc this summer in hot and humid Chicago.
Yeah. Shout out to Chicago. Again, 6 or more of these bottles. I'm not sure if you're a club member, Susan, but if you're not, still 15% off, plus $5 shipping, and a free cool pack, so it stays nice and cool on its way to Chicago. Also, if you do 12 or more bottles and you're looking at 20% off, you get an extra 5% off, so you can stay cool, nice and cool for the rest of the summer, get you through the summertime.
Brenda and my dad are here.
Hi, Brenda. Hi, Ben. I know you'd like this, Brenda. This would be your white wine right here for sure.
Oh, we'll give her.
I'm sure I've probably brought it over before. Reminder again, guys, I'll see you Saturday. I'm going to be going through the winery, a little winery tour. Don't forget our shipping deal, 3 or more bottles, $5, 6 or more bottles, get a complimentary cool pack with your wine. We got some great wines on our special right now. 8-barrel Syrah, Mourvedre, Pinot, Chardonnay, the Grenache Blanc, Viognier. These are all right at the end of vintage, so there's not a lot of these left, so get them while you can. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Saturday at the winery. I'll be out there handling our pickups by appointment. If you do live local and you want to pick up some wine, just reach out to me and we'll set up a pickup for you. You can place an order. Another question?
When can we call an order?
Right. Well, as soon as I get off this podcast right now, you can give me a call. Do you want to
put your email and your phone number?
Yeah, put that on there. Thanks. What's up, Wine Militia? Is that Lamar? I don't know if you're saying GB as my initials or GB as Grenache Blanc.
I think a lot of people are saying Grenache Blanc.
Yeah, that's also my initials, GB, so it works perfectly. So yeah, Saturday winery tour. After that, I'm doing Viognier, another awesome summer wine, great for the warm weather. And then I'm going to be taking June 6th off because I'm not quite sure what's going on at the winery yet, so there won't be a live tasting on June 6th. Hopefully we'll have some good news for you.
It's also his birthday.
Also my birthday. I didn't want to say that, but yes, it is my birthday also on that weekend. Has nothing to do with the fact I'm not doing the live tasting. I would be happy to do a live tasting with you guys. But stuff may be happening at the winery and I need to be available. So no live tasting on Saturday. Has nothing to do with my birthday, which is on June 7th, if you want to say happy birthday.
Gary Johnson asked, any idea how the Grenache Blanc compares to the old Zaca Mesa whites circa 80s?
Circa 80s. So back in the 80s, I imagine we probably didn't have Grenache Blanc. We were probably doing stuff like our Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc, possibly Riesling. So they're different varietal focuses from the 80s to where we are now. The Rhône varietals didn't really start to blossom and become our main varietal focus until the 90s until Daniel Garrett was our head winemaker. We planted our first Syrah vines in 1978, and that's our Black Bear Block Syrah, the oldest Syrah vines on the Central Coast right now. But we really didn't start really hyper focusing on Rhône varietals until the 90s. So, our other varietals back then, Sauvignon Blanc, Riesling, Chardonnay, just completely different varietals. It's a different winemaker too. So, that's definitely going to play an effect on the style. I've never had any of our whites from the 80s. I wish whites could last that long. And, so I could try them, but I'm not sure on. You might know, Gary. I haven't had any of those whites from then, so I'm not sure. But different varietal sets for sure. Yeah, if you want to order, as soon as I get off of this. This little live tasting, you can give me a call and I'll process the order. I'm working from home, obviously, so I got our system here on my good old laptop, and I can just put in an order for you, get that out to you, no problem.
I put your number and email.
Perfect. Also, this Saturday, winery tour. Next Wednesday, Viognier, Saturday off, but then that following Wednesday, I'm going to be doing our Black Bear Block Syrah, which I was looking through my tastings, and I can't believe I haven't done that yet. That's our, main wine at Zaca Mesa. It's our oldest Syrah vines. It's our club members, go crazy for it. It's definitely, our most, notarized wine. So I'll be doing that. That will be 2 Wednesdays from now, and there might be a little special deal going on with that, so you might want to check that out. Black Bear is a wine we never ever discount, so you might want to check that one out. There might be something special going on with that tasting, so please check it out.
What's your favorite wine for a movie?
Favorite wine movie? Like my favorite wine movie?
Your wine to drink as you watch a movie.
Are you sure that's the question? Well, okay.
I don't know.
I'll
Maybe
answer
it's
both. I'll answer both. So my favorite wine movie is definitely, it's got to be Somm. When I watched the very first Somm, that's what really kind of began my drive to become a sommelier. So I have to say that's my favorite wine movie. I did like Sour Grapes too. That was a pretty cool documentary about that the guy that was faking all those really expensive wines. If you haven't seen it, that's a really good one. My favorite wine to drink while I'm watching a movie, a two-parter. I don't know. I guess it depends on the movie. If I'm watching an action movie, I'm probably gonna drink a nice big bold red. If I'm watching a romantic comedy, I'm probably drinking some rosé.
I think an all-around is Z Cuvée. I love Z Cuvée for anything.
Well, my wife likes the Z Cuvée, but
or in something.
It's kind of funny on a more regular basis. I probably drink more whites than reds. I think I bust out the reds more when I'm actually doing some food pairing and maybe have friends over and stuff. But as just like a normal daily wine, I just like whites because it's a little more chilled. It's refreshing, especially when it's in the summertime. I really almost drink strictly white wines. So to give a long answer to that very short question, Somm is my favorite wine movie, and it depends on the movie which wine I'm drinking. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for watching, for all the people that watched, and you can watch it again on our Instagram, YouTube. I hope to have some good news for everyone real soon. And other than that, I hope to see you Saturday at the winery, virtually, when I take you guys through our winery facility. It should be fun. And without further ado, cheers everyone. Thanks for watching again. Enjoy your wine. And if you want to place an order, my number and email is on there. I'd be happy to process that for you. And one more thing. Don't forget, if you purchase 3 or more bottles, you get a private virtual tasting with me. I know that sounds amazing, or it sounds horrible, depending on your point of view or how you think these tastings are. But Anyways, thanks everyone. Again, we'll see you soon. Cheers.
Cheers.